to take on the DBC champs for this pro.
And we're going to hop right on into this one. I am so excited. And again, they talked about it on the panel, but these are both teams that people were potentially thinking about in the finals, but they're meeting here in the first round, the upper bracket. And as they said, some people in the lower bracket are going to be a little bit scared.
Nobody wants these guys coming down to face. These are not the ones you want to run into, but that's what happens at TI, right? Someone's going to fall down there, so expecting a full 3 games here, I don't want to see any sort of short game this time.
Absolutely not. And I think that talking about the Drow pick first overall, and possibly as well find a kill.
Coming down very quickly here. Ramsey's leading the way. Solo already has the brain sap, so no opportunities here for a Nightmare sap. Largely just a warding mission, it looks like this time, as Pasha advances his way through.
Some early aggression going out there. We're just going to push him back. It's even a torrent onto the Undying. FY also scouting things out. BP getting too personal. And are they going to try and fight this here? They're getting pretty close.
Well, you have Undying, so you want to contest the runes a little bit, right? Got some decay. Not a whole lot you can do. If they're going to keep 3 heroes here, yeah, you'll have some problems. 4 heroes. No one's staying as well. This might be enough to drive back PSG LGD.
I mean, up top, Drow Ranger's just going to be able to get those 2 bounty runes. So BP going to try and assert dominance. These early stages, Pasha walking forward as well, but they're going to throw out that magic missile right from the get-go, bringing him fairly low with a 2-person torrent from Roger, keeping them back and going to be able to secure that bounty rune.
Now, after all that, they actually get it. So looks like Drow, though, was able to win the battle up top, so Ame will secure top and bottom, but chasing Roger.
There's the damage coming through, and the last decay from X-Nova takes the kill on the border.
It was a slow one, but they eventually got there. X-Nova trying to secure you guys some chests out there.
What a guy. Love to see it. So we do have VP. It's going to be the Tiny versus the Storm Spirit in the mid lane. Gonna have to watch for those early glyphs, how they use it there to try and secure the CS and also mess with the opponent mid as well. And down bottom, kind of an interesting lane as well. The Kunkka Enigma, we've kind of been seeing some teams come up with answers for the Enigma as this tournament's gone on.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of teams are just trying to focus down the Eidolons as much as possible. Makes sense. The Enigma in lane, he just wants to bully you as much as possible. Use those Eidolons to get all of the denies and try and starve out your lane.
You can see here already just the pressure coming in. It is actually going to be the Necrophos and the Vengeful Spirit. And as they start to throw out those death pulses and just tear apart the Eidolons, this is the problem that we've been running into. Even if you get some denies, that's still a decent little bit of gold, and then they just push VP back.
Yeah, at the same time, that does cost you, right? They're largely ignoring the wave they chase down, but X-Nova in a bit of trouble.
Stuck over there in the trees, the Grave Chill. He's trying to survive with the decay and is fairly tanky, but eventually, he actually lives. VP not able to get on the board there.
So much value, like they're spending so much right there. Trying to take down this Undying who's already low on mana.
He walks back home. So again, down bottom, the pressure coming in. They're throwing out those Wave of Terrors and trying to push VP back underneath their tower. As already LGD feeling pretty comfortable. They're actually going to find the Nightmare from the top side though, and with TP starting to rotate in, VP very far forward, and FY with the kibosh on that.
Yeah, the creeps chasing Ramses here. Might be hard to find a TP out, so he's just going to try and go for the run.
They do not have mana for Magic Missile. They get it now with the sticks, trying to chase. But with the Grave Chill, he's just going to be able to run away.
Yeah, Ame's way too into the creeps right now, so allowed to escape that time.
And so far in the mid lane, and down bottom as well, actually, Malefice. Okay, there's action happening all over the place. Trying to chase this guy down here. They do manage to find the Torrent, and Chalice punches. He's going to go down as well.
Finally, they find themselves a kill. They almost got one mid 2 as well onto Maybe, but he was able to just narrowly survive the punches of no one, salve his way back up, and going very well. I mean, he's ahead right now. Last hits on the lane. Still a couple creeps sitting there with him. And this is a lane that you're not really expecting to do this well in as the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, you'd love to be able to get off to a hot start there. I mean, it's not really the type of lineup that's going to rotate that early. It feels like you kind of need to be able to secure the advantage because of the strength of the LGD lanes coming out. So we're probably going to see this remain as just a 1v1 in the mid for the foreseeable future. And how good is that for LGD going forward if Storm's able to have a decent game?
Definitely the key element of this lineup, right? You're trying to transition that net worth that you gained from 1v1 in the mid lane into a snowballing lead. And Storm Spirit's able to do that. Like, what kind of counters do you have against Storm here? The Bane's going to be under-leveled by the time he's first rotating. You don't really have that much control without committing the Enigma. You get this on the Visage, you start focusing with these catapults, even just a Satyr Aura, something so simple as that. Get a Wild Wing for some armor up against this Drought lineup. That can make a big difference.
Maybe going in on no one, thinking about chasing forward for more, and he does still have that haste to him. But with the rotation in from Solo, it becomes a lot less palatable and treat as well. We saw rotation through the mid lane by the Kunkka. He is still sitting over by that bounty rune and is now going to try and rotate up towards X-Nova, who decides to drop the tombstone onto Ramses. Only level 4, while they have reached level 6 for Ame. And as they bring in the rest of them, it looks like they're just going to try and farm up this tomb. They actually get the Nightmare onto 1. X-Nova kind of in no man's land. It's a 3-man decay though, and as they chase forward for more, they're able to find that Torrent, get the kill, and Ramses able to walk away as well.
Yeah, there's 7 seconds till the next Nightmare. They want Ame here as well. There's no rotations coming.
Oh, good gust there, but might be in a little bit of trouble now as they chase him down further. The toss forward, they throw out the tree, every dang thing, and instead they're actually going to turn now onto no one. FY trying to chase him down. They pop a regen rune, and then the jump in, coming from Baby. He wants to find him, able to get the kill, and now chase for more. He's going to have so much mana here. In just a second, they spot out Ramses, but instead they're going to turn to Solo, dodging everything. He can't even brain sap him as they take down Solo as well.
He has at least lost the regen rune for now, and the Wave of Terror on CD, they weren't able to scout anyone else out. But excellent rotations there. They came a little late, you know, LGD just kind of baiting in VP longer and longer, because VP, they head that ward over the tower, so they kind of see, like, guys, no one's coming. Dive this Drought Ranger, but...
Oh, and Chalice finding Pasha in the trees, able to get... Oh, the Nightmare! Can they walk away? I think he actually might be able to survive through this. Oh, great play coming in from the captain.
Arm flail his way back to the base safely, and Roger will clean up a little bit of this lane here, try and get him in towards level 6. Both him and Solo in desperate need of the tome right now as PSG LGD force down that top tower. They will get the early edge here with a 3k gold lead heading into the 10-minute mark.
This is something that... I mean, again, you talked about wanting to go into that double helm. I mean, how worried are you right now at this point if you're VP, the fact that that hasn't really come online yet?
I'd say pretty worried. Things aren't looking too good. Storm Spirit has an excellent start. He's top of the last hits. He's top of the net worth by a very good margin. And if he secures another good rune like this at the 10-minute mark, it could just be another round of kills. And look how aggressively Ame's farming, just taking away some of this territory at Virtus Pro.
That's so nice because you know that you have this hero behind you, this strong hero in the Storm Spirit that can come and follow up and possibly find a kill. And
that's the rune they wanted, a DD top secured there. Because X-Nova will just hang around it with the tombstone just in case, and maybe he'll just be waiting for his moment now.
Whenever there's an opportunity to strike forward, they're going to likely take it. X-Nova not the best at controlling Tiny, bringing Roger in as well to secure that no one does not get dove here. The rotation coming pretty soon. They have a gust available as well as Magic Missile, and actually just going to go for the slow right at the start. The DD's there, taking down Tom this very low HP, but they are able to kill no one. And now looking for Roger as well. It just happens so quick.
5 armor reduction there coming in from FY, and then you're jumping on top of a DD rune onto his 0 armor Storm Spirit, or Tiny, but you know, he's got 5 armor right now from his ulti, and that's it.
I mean, just look at this. All top net worths right now into the favor of LGD. They're moving around the map. They're taking down these tier 1 towers. VP need to come up with something quick.
There's so much pressure on this first black hole and ship combo right now. And control over the Roche Pit looks pretty good for the side of PSG LGD too. You've got the Tombstone, you've got vision control from the Wave of Terror, and Storm just zipping in, not caring about terrain. If it's spotted by Virtus Pro, maybe that's the moment they could find. If LGD try and go for it a little bit too early, it is a great terrain to try and fight with the black hole and the ghost ship, but you know they're going to be playing very cautiously and opting for pickoffs before they want to commit to a Roche.
Well, and we did see also just a second ago the tome picked up by the Kunkka. He's now level 6. You have the black hole up and online, and this is the smoke play that they need to go for.
This is how you get back into a game right now. Aggressive Vision is scouting out near the shrine, but they're very grouped here. In fact, it might be a smoke from the Radiant side too. Considering it, looks like X-Nova just gonna put down the sentry. Ward instantly spotted.
And while that's happening, instead they're going to try and go for a different target.
He pulls out the smoke now, though.
Oh.
So they're thinking about wrapping around here from LGD. going to be pretty quick, though. So Ame might be found here.
But look at how well he's farming. Like earlier, it was farming aggressively, and we'll see if Roger can get into range to find him with those 3 points in X. It's a really good initiation range. The Gus does end up hitting, but this still is going to connect with the boat, and now they're TPing in the rest of the heroes, but Drow's already dead. Chalice, full as brass, just walking forward, but they're going to Nightmare and run away. Or are they sandwiched? FY does have a swap available. It's going to swap back into Bane, and Magic Missile out as well. They do not have any boat any further forward, but now the chase, they have the Reaper sight going in. They want to try and force this fight, it looks like. Although PSG, LG, have they overextended? Ramsey is showing up with the familiars, and they're able to take a couple kills. Nightmare?
And again, the chase down. They have that Wobbling Ripper for the extra armor, too.
They've got everything they need. They throw it on the Midnight Pulse. He's just dead. A 3-hit Gus, but now there's another black hole. They're slowly going forward for more, and LGD are willingly walking into them.
There's the chat spam following in the wise words of Gabe. I don't know, it felt like maybe was so far away while they were starting to initiate on this. It was like, oh yeah, easy cleanup for a Storm Spirit. This is going to be fine. But
Solo also willing to make something happen with his first Fiend's Crit. Just getting level 6 for himself. And as far as the way that the fights want to start for Virtus Pro at this point in the game, is it only through the Kunkka? Is there anywhere else that you can make it happen?
oh, well, there's one starting now.
All right, down bottom. Try and find a pickoff there. FY just in no man's land.
I think, oh man, chase down again. It's team, they're always alone.
What is happening right now? They chase forward for him, able to get it. The net is down as well on X-Nova. He is surrounded by all of VP. There's a ton of zombies, but the one that matters is dead. And VP now, with these items, are going to start their push.
They're just not playing as the unit they need to right now. Like, they don't have any sort of AoE team fight or anything. There's no one who can stall the fight and wait for this rotation from the Drow Ranger and the Storm Spirit. There's no Bane to just grab two heroes, maybe. He's trying to recover.
This is a pretty good kill if they can find it onto Roger. Again, any kill on these heroes is a lot of help. But wow, back towards mid, they do take down that tier 1 tower. And Somnus, no one is battling up against him. Can they kill him off in time? Throw in the tree. It's not quite enough damage. Somnus will retreat back and TP away.
The blink is going to be too late. Okay, good pickup for Maybe, but we've got an even game at this point. Less than a 1k lead now for the side of LGD, and that's when everything's come online. The double helm. Asha not even sure what he wants to go for next. Could head in towards that Blink Dagger if he wants to try and force out these stuns like the Swap and the Necrophos with the Reaper Scythe. Maybe they'll have to cancel the BKB if he wants to go for that instead, but plenty of options there for him. He could just go for more auras too. Like, don't focus too much on the black hole as the Enigma.
Wow.
Look at this pressure bottom. They can't stop this.
The win probability is
one hero.
In favor of LG, but yeah, this is so many creeps and all the Eidolons in the world. Tier 1 tower is going to go down. It still is about a little bit less than 1,000 gold lead into the favor of LGD, but it feels like momentum possibly swinging as X-Nova, as well as Chalice.
Solar's going to walk away out of this? They're just like, there's no way this Bane's up here alone. It would be so crazy.
Asha in the area, he has his black hole. Or they're just gonna get him from over on the side of the tree. And in no man's land yet again, Topic Develop is able to take it down.
And now they're chasing after no Storm Spirit.
Oh, the blink, no one with the reactions, able to get away. There was a Sentry Ward down, but now the boat coming in as well. They swap in one, trying to keep him alive. The Reaper sight not enough because of the boat buff, and now seeing if they can kill off FY. The wave tears through as well. No one trying to run. He tosses him over to his ally. Tasha, they find themselves another kill. Ramses with a double. And can they take down X-Nova as well?
That looks like it'll be a piece of cake. Pulling him down, couple free hits for Solo before the rest of the squad joins in, and that's a triple kill for Ramses.
Well, 6-13 after the kiss, and a 1,200 gold swing as well. Feeling quite good now after the last couple of minutes for VP. I mean, the Storm Spirit still has to be considered an issue though, right?
Yeah, for sure, but I mean, he's so slowed down now. He's barely ahead of the Visage that he was once dominating. So we watch the replay here. It's like, oh yeah, some free creeps. That's a lot of gold. But he'd already lost almost a third of his HP before Pasha even showed himself.
Wow, and again, the Malphus at the end there just to secure the kill.
And look at the respect from Pasha there too. The fact that he used the black hole before even dropping the Midnight Pulse.
Right. Yeah, very, very clutch play there. And man, no one.
That status resistance fade.
Barely able to live through that one.
Combination there. He just walks out of the scythe. Doesn't even care. But smoked up now, they're leading once more with Solo. No Fiend's Grip, but they're looking to secure up this Roche area as PSG are already in the neighborhood.
About half HP, looking for an initiation. Solo might realize what's happening. They're going to throw in the torrent. They see everybody in the boat. It might only connect onto one, but is it going to be enough?
This looks bad. There's no Enigma.
And of course, having used that black hole a little bit earlier, 80 seconds on cooldown, they are not going to be able to contest. So a big win there for LGD securing Roshan.
Yeah, definitely proving they're not shook quite yet. Get inside the pit, stay focused on the fact that without that black hole, they're not that scary of a squad. A much needed objective there, so this is going to allow Maybe to play very aggressively in these engagements. The last thing he wants though is get picked off on the side. Even if they just lose the Aegis, that's going to feel very bad for them, because I think they need this Aegis to take extremely good fights for them. Try and get themselves into a more secure lead, not just split pushing across the map.
I mean, oftentimes people talk about being able to secure all the outer tier 2 towers. With the strength of VP right now, it feels like LGD can potentially do that, but I don't think that they're willing to back down from a fight if they have black hole.
Yeah, the benefits they have is that no one hasn't quite finished up that Shadow Blade yet. That's going to be very threatening when it's done. But if they try and push into these tier 2s, there's so much split push that's going to come out. You saw what happened with just an Enigma. No one can do the same thing on these side lanes with the tree.
One of the downsides of these supports from LGD, very strong in lane, the Undying and the Vengeful Spirit, but not the greatest out spam. Wave of Terror's gotten buffed a lot, but it's still not in the same as something like Vivek or Paddle, but nonetheless, it is going to be, again, a lot of Virtus Pro together, and it's going to be a Crimson Guard pickup for Pasha.
Yeah, PSG LGD have already slowed their roll quite a bit here. Well, no, and he's going to keep going fast, though.
Sells X-Nova, creep in the area, could have gone for the stomp, but they are just going to back out yet again, drop in the tombstone, secure the retreat. Solo? Going to be able to get ran down now as well. Somnus in the Reaper's sight, he is out of there for 45 seconds.
That was Solo, assuming it was a full rotation from PSG LGD, trying to use a 5-man Aegis and thinking he could just steal the bounty runes. He believes there's a ward there, but not quite.
So Storm Spirit going back for this Bloodstone after the Kaya. We've occasionally seen Orchids as well. What do you think it is in this game that he's feeling like he wants to go for the Bloodstone?
Well, he had the Orchid queued up, and wanted to jump on top of these guys, trying to help target down this Enigma as well. I'm thinking about this, but without everyone here, I don't think PSG LGD want to engage. The idea here, I think, is, again, just slowing that roll. Just kind of relaxing a little bit here, trying to get this Bloodstone up, and then win a couple fights from there, and use that to then go right into the Orchid. You already saw, like, when they were struggling, if he doesn't get caught out by a black hole on the sidelines, like, he basically hasn't fought since that regen rune, it feels like. You know what I mean? Like,
kind of just been collecting farm around the map and securing himself the runes. There is going to be an X. Somnus showing up now to this fight, and a good Electric Vortex, able to create a little bit of space. They're going to swap back up, but they do burn through that Aegis. The Soul Assumption making it happen, and Pacha so tanky. The black hole lands on a 3, and maybe coming back in. Can they turn this back around, though? They're already losing so many on VP, but they got the Fiend's Grip. They're able to take down the Storm Spirit through the Aegis the second time through. Zombies are absolutely everywhere on the map, but no one blinks in, trying to take down FY. There's going to be the toss. There's going to be the kill. They buy back on the Undying, as Solo has continued to just be hampered in by all of these undead beings chasing him out. But Chalice, has he gone too far now as well? There's going to be another toss. The Ghost Shroud keeping him alive. They bring down Solo on the side.
Oh, Ramsey's just barely out of mana there. Might have had a chance to finish him off there, but this time VP were not able to focus down the Tombstone, and you saw the effect there on the Undying. Just able to help them win a fight that looked very dangerous from the start. In the end, it will be a net worth game for the side of Virtus Pro because of the buybacks, but they at least held their tower. They're going to hold on to their jungle for a bit longer, which is pretty important in a draft strat because you're always watching Almay just constantly rotating around this jungle, staying out of vision, and trying to boost up his allies as they go for the split push.
Again, it's taking a look at this replay here. These little moments where it's so much initiation and counter initiation, when maybe goes in and creates that chaos, anticipating he can find the kill, but they hold the black hole.
He's just constantly getting Eidolons, using his helm to scout out around him, push the wave, and creating split push opportunities like this because they know that someone wants to answer this. Oh, no one has to go top.
They got the grip. He went in with the DD, wanted to get some split push going to their own, but now he's going to get punished heavily. Solo able to punish the Storm Spirit, and how is this Bloodstone?
5-man rotation. I think VP have identified how they're going to win this game.
They know what they need to do. Man, a crazy rotation, and Solo making the plays. Somnus is back on the map quickly, but not feel great about losing those charges.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he wound up on the high ground against a Bane with an Orchid or something trying to go for that kill. Seems very greedy, and clearly he was punished for it. Oh, they're going to smoke right under this ward. They had full vision of that, just them milling around the tree, suddenly they disappear. Do they want to try and camp a high ground with the black hole? Do they want to try and bait someone on this mid wave? You can see Solo are drawing the lines here, saying they either went this way or this way.
A stand to try and break the smoke. It's Solo that's going to run into FY right at the start. They do get a swap there. Nightmares himself realizing, I don't want to be here anymore. And now the turn onto maybe Reaper's side onto one. The boat's going to be there. It's onto two. But maybe does get out for the moment. Can they find anything else here? LGD hungry for kills, and Chalice chasing with all of these zombies around. They're going to try and escape. Pasha realizing everybody else has abandoned Chalice. And they've also got the sleepover on the side for the Undying, so they're going to find the kill onto the Necrophos. Chase forward for more. They want to kill no one, but they don't have vision. They can't find him even with the Remnant. And X-Nova still living here. Ame being chased down as well, one by one. VP pull them down and continue to assert dominance here in this game. #1 upper bracket. X-Nova, no chance.
Marvelous team fighting coming up from Virtus Pro right now. That forward vision alerting them to the smoke that was coming their way. And they will take another successful team fight with just the buyback of the Bane being used. And excellent communication from Virtus Pro 2. You could see the way they were focusing down that tombstone this time because it gave them a lot of trouble in that fight last time at the bottom. And in this engagement, Ramsey just sent the birds on it. And there was one soul rift used, but that was it.
And I mean, it keeps on feeling like in these chaotic fights, it's LGD that will sort of spread out, and it feels like sometimes Virtus Pro are able to isolate one of the heroes a little bit more effectively. Not sure how it is that exactly you want to try and take these fights if you're LGD. Is there any key target you need to focus on at the start?
The key hero is Maybe, and in the last two fights, in that fight in particular, he had lost almost half his mana pool, and he just zips into a boat and gets stunned. So he instantly is a retreat, and then he zips back in, and he's not having any impact on these engagements, and they need him to. It's as simple as that. But he's having a hard time because he's trying to play around this black hole and randomly gets hit by a boat.
Hurts. Chalice.
Oh, that grip.
Oh, he put his arms up there.
Send him in.
Forward. They got him until it was like, no, never mind. Don't put me here. Gonna back out again. The more macro state of the game, we're taking a look at 2 tier 2 towers still remaining for LGD, with 2 on the same side of VP left alive. Although bottom lane is being pummeled a little bit. It's down fairly low.
Despite what feels like pretty big fight wins beside of Virtus Pro, they haven't really amounted to any sort of massive lead. The scan will connect, shows they are heading into the Roche pit. And this is the one that both teams really vying for, but I think is even more important for LGD. They're not going to get here. FY just might give himself away.
Wow, throws out the Wave of Terror, gets the vision, and VP, that's enough to scare him off. Just for the moment, but they find Ame. There's a good gust onto several. Pasha looking for the black hole. He gets it onto 2. Chalice trying to save his allies, if at all possible. The boat buff is going to be there, and the ship lands on X-Nova, finding the kill. They're calling out their chances. FY also going to be ran after. VP are feeling good, and why not?
Yeah. And once again, where's Maybe? Can't do anything.
It's just such a tough game right now for the Storm Spirit. He wants to try and find no one here. If he can get a solo kill, this is pretty nifty. But the rotation comes in from the Enigma. And
I mean, he just looks at him and says, oh, you don't have dust? Like, okay, there's a sentry around here somewhere, but other than that, what's the problem, right? And we go back and secure the Roche pit.
VP, 4,000 gold lead now, 29 minutes into this, and they do give that Aegis to the Visage, who's been able to pick up an Aghanim Scepter now, on top of every other item that he's got in the game.
Yeah, he's got the pipe, we got the Crimson Guard built on the Enigma early on in the game, so the whole team looking good. And in the pit, and the way that they just retreat, because they know they can beat you. In a full 5v5 flat ground, they're still going to win, so why would we want to fight in the Roche pit? It's going to be a disadvantage against the Tombstone, and this black hole, nothing to cancel it, and by the time it is canceled, it's too late, and we just have Ame sitting on the, or sorry, maybe sitting on the side of the fight.
And how many times have we seen Pasha get these multiple man black holes with no Blink Dagger? You know, he only had jungle, like maybe could potentially just get taken off. The X-Torrent combo is really hard to deal with as long as it gets timed perfectly. The Lotus Orb for the Necrophos. Again, Ramses start to threaten high ground a little bit.
Yeah, VP just giving no quarter right now. full-on press.
Sees the Grave Chill. The pressure on with the birds. This tower is taking so much damage, and I mean, they could potentially just secure this without having to commit a hero, it feels like.
Yeah, I'm sure no one's thinking about going in there right now.
Oh, they're definitely doing it. And the toss out, Chalice, maybe a bit too far forward. They swap him in, which means FY might be the one that gets punished instead. They have the X, they have the Torrent, and they're going to most likely have the kill. The Tombstone's up on the high ground. That keeps them away for the moment. Maybe with the commitment, can't really find anything. So tower down, easy peasy for VP.
Dangerous play there at the end, but he orchids up on a solo, so he won't get caught, and looks like he's going in towards a Shiva's guard. As kind of talked about, like if he giving the Lincolns, neither feels good in this game. It's just kind of pointless. So he's going to try and tag up a different way, as well as adding some offensive capabilities to his team, plus trying to push these waves.
You can see that win probability has shifted a lot in the last.
I'm shocked it's that close.
Radiant's bottom shroud
Does not feel like that.
It feels like VP is very much in control of this one. 7,000 gold lead. We still do have about 3 seconds left on the Aegis. But yeah.
He looked like a Tombstone, basically. I think he took less hits than Tombstone, actually.
Oh no, that doesn't feel good. They still have the Aegis too. Like VP are just going to be able to continue to run at them. Have the Spear Vessel down. Shallot's not going to be able to get the regen. They do swap in one, so FY able to save his core for the moment. That's what you need to do. But with the DD there on no one, these towers are just paper.
Yeah, to his credit though, maybe he's keeping it going. That constant pressure in the top lane has something for VP to think about, but they can just send solo. And now will he go for a solo kill? No, he's zipping out. Respect to solo this time, it seems.
Yeah. Last time around did not as well. Solo with the 3 salves in his inventory. 4-man's earn.
It's okay, that's what Roger's for.
Exactly.
Hype up your team, send the birds after them. He has the armor as well from the Ogre Frostmage, just helping out his team when necessary during these fights.
Be a bit of an engagement coming through here. Ame revealing himself. They are still smoked up on the high ground. The Remnant is down as well. VP, they're walking right into all the vision in the world and maybe going right for the initiation as well. The Black Hole hits onto nothing. Pasha can't make it happen, and now LGD potentially has an opening here. No one. There's going to be the Avatar's way. They drop down the boat as well. It's still looking okay for VP. They're trying to bring down one. Can they kill him off in time? FY is going to die. They're buying back on 2, immediately back into this fight, but they have the X onto Ame. The Tombstone is up on the high ground and maybe trying to create some chaos. He's doing a good bit of work, but down to very low HP. They're tying him apart. VP is starting to die. They kill off yet another challenge, making it work. Can they kill him off? Silence for the Visage. Ramsey's going to die. They're dead forever.
Maybe found his moment. He baited out that black hole flawlessly, and then the team turned. The buybacks had to be spent, but it's so worth it at this point. It's going to be a 3,500 gold swing and an Aghanim's Drow that gets another 1,700 gold added on top. They march straight down that mid lane for the tower, and they're in position for this early Roche spawn.
This is huge. Big turnaround for them, and oh my god, baby, feeling it now. Wanting to find a kill here onto the Kunkka. They force out the buyback from Enigma. What is he going to do? They have the boat, though. There's going to be the buff to keep him alive, but Nova shows up as well. They've got more than enough damage to secure that gem.
Never doubt Dota Plus. That's what I'm learning.
They don't have buyback, Trent. They are losing this tier 3 tower. The only heroes alive are the Enigma and the Bane, and they're calling for the tier 4 towers. PSG, LGD, they smell blood, and they're coming hunting. GG is called.
From no one.
Are you kidding me? No one. It was not there, and LGD sees their moment.
One fight was all it took for them. Maybe just so perfect after such a difficult game, struggling over and over. The look, it says it all in Solo's face. What just happened?
I don't know. I do not know what happened. That was, again, it's these